Hey, Mick, you got a copy? Yep. Hey, can you message me?
Welcome, everybody, to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the DIRTKars Pro Late Model Series Season 2 here at Fairbury Speedway. We are racing in the Pro Late Models Open setup, and this should be a fun race. DIRTKars is always exciting, as there goes a Pro Late Model flipping onto his lid. Donnie Bartlett. But again, there's always fun racing here in the DIRTKars, and hopefully we'll see an awesome race here tonight at Fairbury. Got a good field of drivers. And this is presented by Falcon Grafix, which is the official sponsor of the DIRTKars League. Check them out on Facebook at Falcon Grafix Designs. And I've actually put the link to their Facebook page in the description. They make some awesome paint schemes for drivers on the iRacing platform. I can show you, let's see, this paint scheme right here is a Falcon Grafix paint scheme. This paint scheme right here is a Falcon Grafix paint scheme. And this paint scheme right here is a Falcon Grafix paint scheme. And also this one as well, so as you can see, these are some pretty sharp looking paint schemes, so make sure to check out Falcon Grafix on Facebook. Again, I've put the link in the description for their Facebook page, so you can check them out and get an awesome looking wrap. 2 minutes left in practice. I want to go over last week's results at the Bristol Dirt Track, where despite starting 5th, able to make his way up through the field and take the victory. DC Smith got the win, led all 30 of the laps. Matt George ended up finishing 2nd, John Bartlett 3rd, Mason Haney 4th, Randy Rockwell 5th, Blake Brown 6th, Mick Olofsson 7th, Donnie Bartlett 8th, and Kelton Malone 9th. There was a little bit of drama, but overall it was a fun race. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the point standings after 3 races. Matt George currently, after last race, moved up 1 position in the points. He's now on top. But we actually, have a tie for the top in points. Randy Rockwell and Matt George are both tied, except for Randy Rockwell is not in the race tonight. So that means that most likely Matt George is going to beat him in the tie. Right now, 3rd place is Blake Brown. 4th is Donnie Bartlett. And then rounding out your top 5 in points, it's Mick Olofsson. Right now in practice, DC Smith, our last race winner, is the fastest in practice. 12.22 is his fastest time. Looking pretty fast, trying to get 2 in a row here. Donnie Bartlett in the 29. Second, 12.30. Matt George third, 12.52. Will Witt fourth, 12.58. And then Damian Powell, 12.80. And practice is concluding as we're getting ready for our heat race. It might be a singular, it might be plural, I don't know. We'll see how many heat races we're going to have. Got 8 cars in the session. So we're going to have all of the drivers in this one heat race. In this heat race, finishing results will determine the starting lineup. But let's look at the starting lineup actually for the heat race. The heat race starting lineup was determined by random draw. Mikkel Lofsen starting on the pole in the 75. Then it's Donnie Bartlett in the 29. John Bartlett starts the race in third. Outside of him, it's going to be DC Smith. And then rounding out your top 5, it's Damian Powell. 6th place is Colton Kinsey. 7th, starting 7th, is Will Witt. And then rounding out your top 8, we have Matt George. So we got 8 Pro Late models. Only one can win. And we'll see who that will be in this heat race. Very, very short heat race. A sprint, I guess you could say. Thank you, Siri Reed, for liking the stream. Hopefully you're getting excited for some heat racing here at Fairbury. Very, very fast track. These drivers are turning 12-second lap times. At most tracks, that's unheard of, so they're flying. Track is only 0.24 miles long, so you're pretty much always turning. Air temperature 79 degrees, 54% humidity. Partly cloudy skies, 3 miles per hour wind. Track temperature is a little bit warmer just because it's sunny outside. And we are in Fairbury, Illinois. Virtual Fairbury, Illinois. But here we go. We're getting ready for some heat racing. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out here at Fairbury. Side by side for the lead already. Mikkel Lofsen coming on the bottom. Oh, beating and banging for second. We're 3 wide right now between John Bartlett, Mikkel Lofsen. Oh, Mikkel Lofsen, DC Smith. They make contact. Let's take a look at the replay on that one. They were just rubbing and racing side by side. Oh, so looks like the 11 and the 75 make contact, and that sends Mick right up the track into DC Smith. Siri says rubber side down. Colton Kinsey. Something just happened to Colton. Let's see what happened. Just gets loose in 3 and 4. Hits the cone and then slides up in the track right in front of DC Smith. DC had nowhere to go. That's his second accident he's involved in, not having good luck in this heat race. But 2 laps to go. John Bartlett's in the lead. 41 seconds, 0.41 seconds ahead. Got 3 wide for second place. White flag is out. Donnie Bartlett, can he hold on, or can Damian Powell potentially move up to get second place? Also, the 23 of Matt George is there as well, but Donnie Bartlett is going to take second in the photo finish. A 1/10 of a second separated Donnie Bartlett and Damian Powell. Matt George ended up getting 4th, DC Smith 5th. Mikkel Lofson 6th. 7th was Colton Kinsey, and then finishing 8th in this heat race was Will Witt. So now we're going to have another 3-minute warm-up for these drivers to get acclimated, a little bit more acclimated with Fairbury. Very, very difficult track. And I do want to mention, I want to take the time to mention, if you want to see all things Dirty Thursdays with the DIRTKars and the iOS Dirt Domination, make sure to visit kickinasphalt.com. And you'll see news stories, how to get into the league, information on upcoming races, point standings for both of the Dirty Thursdays leagues. Again, iOS Dirt Domination, DIRTKars. Go ahead and visit kickinasphalt.com. KICKEN for kickinasphalt.com. And again, all information on Dirty Thursdays. Definitely recommend checking the website out. It's a pretty awesome website. And we already got some cars on track. Donnie Bartlett on track. We got Damian Powell. So far, starting off, we got Donnie Bartlett on top in practice, 13.34. It's his fastest time. He improves on that with a 12.69. Damian Powell gets to second, 4.80. John Bartlett moves to second now with a 13.26, but looks like something happened to him, so he lost a ton of momentum there. Damian Powell gets a nice time, 13.24. And we only have 3 cars on track right now. We'll just watch and listen to some of the sounds. Ooh, Donnie Bartlett gets a new personal best time with a 12.67. So does John Bartlett with a 13.06. Got DC Smith on track right now. He had a lot of trouble in the heat race. He moves to 4th on the board with a 16.10. And DC Smith to the top in the final seconds with a 12.57. I'd say that DC Smith is going to be your one to watch. Starting the race in 5th. He's going to have to make his way up to the field, but we'll see if he's going to be able to do it. And let's go ahead now and check out our starting lineup for the feature. John Bartlett had an awesome heat race. He's going to start on the pole. Donnie Bartlett is going to start second. Brother to brother, side by side, Damian Powell starting 3rd with Matt George 4th. And then rounding out your top 5, it's DC Smith. Outside of DC, we got Mikkel Lofson. 7th is actually the 7 of Colton Kinsey. And then last but not least, got Will Witt. Got cars getting on the grid now. Everyone is getting excited for the feature event. 45 laps since this is such a short track. There we go. We're getting all the drivers on the grid. We still are missing Colton Kinsey and Will Witt. So they are going to start without them. But here we go. We got our formation lap. Man, what a storyline right here. Got brother next to brother. John Bartlett versus Donnie Bartlett on the front row. We're about to go green this time by here at Fairbury. This should be an awesome race. Pace truck pulls in. Getting ready to head. Green flag racing. Green flag is out at Fairbury Speedway for 45 laps. In the pro late models, already getting clear for first is John Bartlett. Got 3 wide for second place. Here comes DC Smith on the bottom. He's the bottom feeder. Donnie Bartlett falls in line in second. He's running that high line. Oh, we saw some contact. John Bartlett falls off. Something happened to him. And now we're side by side for the lead with Donnie Bartlett having the nose right now. DC Smith trying to come on the bottom. I believe the 29 of Donnie Bartlett may have made a little bit of contact on the wall. And they're side by side, pretty much equal as we enter turns 3 and 4 right now. Tight, tight, tight battle for first. Ooh, and DC Smith able to get clear for now over Donnie Bartlett. And caution flag is out. We're going to have our first wreckage replay of the event. Got the replay up right now. Let's go ahead and check it out. What happened? Got John Bartlett on screen right now. Ooh, just gets it loose in 3 and 4. And the 23 of Matt George has nowhere to go, right into the back of John Bartlett. John Bartlett hits the tire, and we see some sweet airtime for the 11. And then Matt George hits him again. John Bartlett has a torn up car. Here we go, about to go back green here. There we go. Green flag is back out here. DC Smith gets a big jump, so we're side by side for second. Matt George gets a great run through 1 and 2. Takes the second spot. So we got Donnie Bartlett now. Ow! Tags the wall. Nick Olofsson, that's going to give him a good run on the bottom. He's going to try to move into third. He does. So we're side by side with the two brothers again, Donnie and John Bartlett. But Donnie, he's actually starting to catch up to Nick Olofsson for the 4th spot. Oh, gets really, really loose in 1 and... Oh, I believe that was actually the front straightaway. Able to save it, though. That's going to hurt his momentum as he's trying to get up there. But, ooh, swinging a little bit loose is Nick Olofsson. 29 tags the wall. And Donnie Bartlett is going to move into the 3rd spot. John Bartlett trying to get up there to Mick Olofsson for the 4th spot. John Bartlett did start the race on the pole, but was involved in an accident. And John Bartlett, Mick Olofsson having some trouble. You can tell the 75 is really, really loose. Oh, he goes into the infield. And Mick Olofsson into the pits. Let's go ahead and check out a replay on that one. I knew that the 75 was extremely loose. And that allowed John Bartlett to slide right past them. Yep, just goes completely sideways. 99 of Damian Powell able to avoid it. And the 75 slides right into the infield. Into John Deere country. Barely misses the Wheel of Fortune wheel. Ah. Tough one right there for Mick Olafsson. Field is getting very, very spread out. Closest battle, I'd say, is for the second spot. Donnie Bartlett trying to get up there to Matt George, but pretty much the entire field is a second off of each other. Oh, actually, here comes John Bartlett getting up there to Donnie Bartlett. He closed in the gap real quick. John Bartlett looking low. Lost a little bit momentum. 25 laps to go officially. And ooh, Donnie Bartlett tags the wall a little bit. John Bartlett's getting to about the rear quarter panel of the 29, and oh, just gets it really, really loose right there. And so, again, the field is about 1 second apart from each other. I'd say with the field really, really spread out. That we'll probably do a pump up the intensity just because the field is extremely spread out. We don't have the graphic, but still you'll be able to hear the car noises. Here we go. There you go. That is pump up the intensity right there. Able to hear some of the car noises. But still, field is extremely spread out right now with only 13 laps to go. It's looking pretty good for DC Smith right now. Started the race in the 5th spot after a rough heat race. Makes his way up through the field immediately, and he's looking to try to get 2 in a row. Donnie Bartlett is starting to catch up. Matt George gets really, really loose. And Donnie Bartlett now with the nose at the moment. And Donnie Bartlett able to get clear over Matt George. I'm not exactly sure what happened to Matt, but I saw him get extremely squirrely, and that just gave Donnie Bartlett the run. So now that he's in the 2nd spot, can he try to track down DC Smith for that 1st spot? Series says, love cranking it up and watching Intensity Broadcasting racing while having a cold one with dinner. Man, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this is some good racing. I know the field is pretty spread out, not a lot of battles, but still That Crank It Up was pretty cool. We got to hear some of the car noises when the drivers are lifting and such. I don't know, with 5 laps to go, I don't know if anyone can get up there to DC Smith. It's just having such a great run. He's already getting up there in lap traffic. He's lapping cars right now. Matt George, something happened to Donnie Bartlett. I am not sure what just happened to Donnie Bartlett. Matt George just took second spot. Oh, shoot. Donnie Bartlett just commented on YouTube, says he's out of fuel. What? That is crazy right there. Donnie Bartlett runs out of fuel. That's unfortunate for him. But final lap right here. DC Smith had an awesome run, got the lead early, and just dominated it since then. He gets the victory. What a race right there. Matt George gets second. John Bartlett gets third. Damian Powell fourth. Nicholofson fifth. Donnie Bartlett runs out of fuel. He finishes sixth. Colton Kinsey seventh, and then Will With eighth. What a run right there. And DC Smith doing some donuts in the infield, having some fun. And he's going to line up beside his other fellow podium finishers to take a picture. And we're getting some of the drivers in the booth. So let's go ahead and start off by pulling in John Bartlett into the booth. Let's see. Hey, John, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Well, you started the race on the pole, lost the lead early to Donnie, and then after that, you fell all the way to third. You were battling with some people, but it was overall pretty good race for you. Again, ended up finishing in third, but I mean, overall, what was your perspective on what happened here at Fairbury?
Oh, once that track slicked off, I put the wrong setup in, wrong gear. I really don't deserve to be third spot here. Donnie should have got it. Ran out of fuel. I think that's what happened to him. So, man, it was a good race. 45 laps on Fairbury. Slick. I mean, you got to be easy on that throttle. Hats off to Matt. He did a good race. Sorry for getting it sideways there early. Hats off to DC. He deserves it.
For sure. Now, where exactly were you running on the track early, like throughout this race?
That top was slick, like really bad. So the only way to get any grip at all was run that bottom, and I think everybody was running that bottom there somehow. I don't know how that 29 did it, but he stuck it up there on the high side and was running fast laps. I was just looking at. So hats off to Donnie and getting that high side running there. I really, honestly, I don't deserve third spot here, but he ran out of fuel, so that's how I'm here.
Still, though, good performance. I mean, is there any shout-outs, family member, sponsors you want to thank before we let you go?
I'd like to thank Mick for putting this league on. This is an awesome group of guys. We all, most of us, all work together, and, you know, we give each other room out here, and just a good group of guys here. Falcon Grafix, Mick for putting this wrap together, this league, you guys for broadcasting, my fiance Nicole for letting me relax after a hard day's of work and go play this awesome win, DC.
For sure. Well, congratulations on third place, and hopefully we'll see another good performance next week. Have a great rest of your night.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's go ahead and now pull in our second place finisher, Matt George. Hey, Matt, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on?
So you start the race in fourth, and in the beginning there, we saw you were 3 wide for second place, and you ended up coming out on top out of those 3 cars. Saw you battling with Donnie Bartlett a little bit, and then Donnie ended up running out of fuel. You move right by, take the second spot, and that's where you ended up finishing here. But, I mean, from your perspective, what happened here at Fairbury?
Well, we had a pretty decent car. I mean, I didn't get to practice as much as I'd like to. We started last in the heat race, worked up to fourth, and then DC had a fast hot rod, so it was just trying to catch up with him. But it's hard to pass here at Fairbury, so I mean, my car was made for the bottom, and I think his was too. So it was just kind of waiting for him to mess up, and unfortunately, I was the one that messed up, and he got out about a straightaway ahead of me, and I never seen him. And then John got by me, and I thought I was just going to settle for third. And then I seen him start puttering around the bottom, and he ran out of fuel. I mean, that's tough with 3 laps to go.
So, I mean, coming into this race, you probably had a strategy. How did the strategy coming in change and play out throughout this race?
Well, my strategy was to at least get a top 3, and I accomplished that. So I think I was tied for first in points, so I'm just trying to keep that first place.
Yep, that was true. You were tied with Randy Rockwell for first, and he did not participate in this one, so you ended up moving to first in the points, so hopefully that should be good heading into the final stretch of races here in Season 2. But, I mean, is there any shout-outs, family member, sponsors you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, the guys back at Hood Up Motorsports helping me out, the team. They're great.
For sure. Awesome. Well, congratulations on second place, and hopefully we'll see another great performance next week as you are the leader in the points.
Yeah, see y'all next week.
And now let's go ahead and pull in our winner 2 races in a row, DC Smith. Hey, DC, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You got a copy? Awesome. Well, you start the race in 5th. We saw that you were 3 wide for a little bit. Make your way up to first, and after that, like the past couple races, it was just lights out for you. You led pretty much the entire race and just ended up having an overall dominant performance. But, I mean, overall, just give us a little rundown of what happened here at Fairbury.
Well, we had some fun. I think we ended up 4 wide, I think, in the heat race, and I kind of got the worst end of the deal, but it was racing, and nobody's really at fault. So I had to start in the back. The goal was to get to the top as soon as possible, but I think we made it to second after the first lap on the bottom, so I just decided to keep it down there. Figured the setup was good enough to run there, and it worked pretty well the whole time.
Awesome. Well, that was a fantastic race overall. Dominant. I mean, how much skill does it really have to take to just come in and just dominate a race like that?
It's a lot of work. I know me and John and Donnie Bartlett spend a good amount of time trying to work on setups and just kind of bounce ideas off each other, and I mean, it's kind of a team deal, and it's nothing really singling me out on any of that. It's a lot of help and a lot of work.
It looks like all that time spent on setups has really paid off for you. And is there any other shout-out sponsors, family members you want to thank before I let you go?
Just my wife and kids will let me do this, and John and Donnie Bartlett, the time we spend putting setups in, and it's working. And you guys for the broadcast, and Mick and Will for putting the series on. We appreciate it.
Well, we certainly had fun watching you put on a show here at Fairbury, and have a great rest of your night, and hopefully we'll see another good performance next week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
What an awesome race here at Fairbury Speedway. One more time, congratulations to DC Smith on getting the victory here at Fairbury. I will say, if you win 2 in a row here in DIRTKars, you have to start in the back the next race. So DC Smith, he's gonna have to start in the back next race. So that should be a storyline to watch out for. But thank you everyone for tuning in to watch the broadcast here on Intensity Broadcasting. As always, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as it would be greatly appreciated. And we are on the road to 2,000 followers on Facebook and 1,000 on Twitch and YouTube. So check us out on there. Visit us on Twitter. We're on the road to 50 followers. Intensity Broad 1 is the name on Twitter. Got a poll up, always posting polls on there. So check us out. And then also, if you have Roku TV or Fire TV, then you have to download E-Racing TV app. It's got all kinds of racing from different broadcast companies, including Intensity Broadcasting's broadcasts are on E-Racing TV on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So, got Roku or Fire TV? Then make sure to download the E-Racing TV app. I'm Matt Manwees on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Over and out.